get to dustin'. Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I see that new bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost. Like, who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Toronto Huskies. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Play action. It's Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They do not score, fellas. They do not score. Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Off play action. Newton. And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They run it here with Gordon, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Newton. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And here now the offense heading back out there. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time.
On third down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. He hits White, complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. David Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now Gordon. And an alley to run. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, Falcons. Melvin Gordon, 70 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Pretty move. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Gone!
And they'll throw it with Rosen underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Check 59. Lucky 59. Lucky 59. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action here with Rosen. Forced out to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Check. 9. Gun.
Rosen will throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested 1st half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. On 3rd down, it's Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this 2nd half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big play there. 58 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, it's Johnson, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and his guys are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. To throw on second down is Newton. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And an alley to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Rosen on 1st and 10. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and sneak it here. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Welcome back to Toronto. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tech McKinley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And this one is right down the middle. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Gordon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Now he steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now Gordon on first down. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Newton on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Newton. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a fourth down. Desperation time. Newton, fourth down. Aguilar has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go, one more. Watch out.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Gun!
On third down, Rosen. steps away to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, here's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Leopard!
They toss it out right to Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Well, on both sides.